What's so fascinating to me about this, well, actually, we'll cover it under Sexual Follies. One day I'm going to really do that. What's so fascinating to me about this is like an official old guy to watch a young woman come to terms with the reality of what sex means, what it is, what's good for her, and have to reinvent that on her own because our elites have spent the last 50 to 60 years destroying it. They've destroyed our sexual, the sexual moral structure that kept everything in check, that at least guided us and how it was best for us to relate to one another. And now they're the ones who are shocked at the results of their work. So yesterday, Donald Trump finally endorsed Roy Moore. Sort of. I mean, he never said what a great guy he is. He sent out a tweet saying, Democrats' refusal to give even one vote for massive tax cuts is why we need Republican Roy Moore to win in Alabama. We need his vote on stopping crime, illegal immigration, border wall, military, pro-life, VA, judges, Second Amendment, and more. No to Jones, a Pelosi Schumer puppet. And the RNC, which had abandoned in one of those great acts of political hypocrisy, they had abandoned him. Now they see that he might win because the poll average showing he might just squeak this through. They came rushing back and started to give him money again. And the people on the right are like, fainting and they're clutching their pearls. And I don't see why. I do not see why. I mean, this is, if you had to have a heart operation and the greatest heart surgeon in the world was a rapist, would you say, no, I'll go with the fifth best heart surgeon in the world? No, so I mean, Trump never said this is a wonderful guy. Moore says he called him a fighter or something like this, but he just says, I need the vote. I need the vote. And what gets me about this is that, first of all, the left has no leg to stand on. Forget about Clinton. They have been pushing this scenario on us for years. Go back to Manhattan, the Woody Allen film, which is about a 40-something-year-old nebbish, basically Woody Allen. He's a comedy writer, I think, in it, romancing a 17-year-old girl played by one of the Hemingway girls, Mariel Hemingway. And at the end of that, let me just play a little clip from the end where he comes to her and she's off to London on some, fabulous semester abroad or something like this. And he goes and begs her not to go because he wants her.
I don't think you ought to go to London.
I have to go. I mean, all the plans have been made, arrangements. I mean, my parents are there now looking for a place for me to live.
Well, do you still love me or what?
Do you love me?
Yeah, of course. That's what this is all about.
Well, guess what? I turned 18 the other day. I'm legal, but I'm still a kid.
God. And nobody thought at the time, except me, by the way, nobody thought at the time to say, you know what, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy making a romance about this. I mean, look, we all know that older men and younger women kind of go together because women like the things that men generally only acquire over time, like money, status, and, a sense of themselves, and men like pretty girls and, pretty young girls. I mean, basically that's it. So there's something there that's kind of part of nature in all this. But the left and just the other day, the LA critics named this new gay picture, Call Me By Your Name. They named this the best picture of the year. That's about an older man with a 17-year-old boy. I mean, they're still doing it. And then they're going to go faint, dead away. What doesn't work is it doesn't work for one side to play by the rules and the other side to play by any rules they want. That is what doesn't work. What people keep writing me and yelling at me about the fact that I don't like Roy Moore. And I keep telling them I haven't convicted him of anything. I haven't, I believe some of these women, some of them I don't care about. If he was 34 and she was 17, I don't think that's wise. I don't think that's kind. I don't think that's good, but it's none of my business. That's not the problem. It's the 14-year-old girl, the woman who says he attacked her and all this. But some of them, I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know where the lies are, but I believe some of these women. That's not why I dislike him. I dislike him because he's a hypocrite. I dislike him because he bangs on the Bible and uses people's religion and accuses, gays and other people of causing his problems when clearly he caused his problems. And I really think he is a rebuke to the kind of, and I'm not a Bannon hater, but it's a rebuke to the guys like Bannon who say they're going to go outside the mainstream while Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan are suddenly achieving things. They might lose Alabama. That's absurd. But the one thing is, though I don't like him, and though, of course, if he did anything to a 14-year-old girl, I think it's despicable, I do think that there are, the other day, some woman, Roy Moore's spokesman, went on CNN and was talking to this woman. And this is an incredible cut. And what was her name? Poppy, I can't remember. Poppy Harlow, is that it? Yeah. Okay, so this is the opening of this interview.
And let me get right to it. So
Thank you. It's great to be with you. And by the way, congratulations on your unborn child. That's the reason why I came down as a volunteer to speak for Judge Roy Moore, because he'll stand for the rights of babies like yours in the womb, where his opponent will support killing them up until the moment of birth.
Janet, thank you for being with us, and I appreciate the congratulations on our son on the way. Now, let's get right to this.
So I have to say the reporter handled that very well, but people went nuts on Twitter. This is reprehensible. I didn't think it was reprehensible at all. I thought it was a little outlandish, but it's true. It's true. This guy believes in abortion up until the minute the baby comes out of the woman. I mean, there are actual serious issues here. What I don't believe in is I don't believe that if you're going to vote for somebody who's a creep because the other guy's a bigger creep, just say it. Just say it. Just be honest about it. That's it. I'm voting for this guy. I don't like him. Because the thing is, we, the people, are so much more nuanced than the people who think that they think there are thought leaders. They see everything on the news, on black and white. They see everything in partisan terms. They see everything as the story is going to be Republicans support a child molester. We are much more thoughtful than they are. If there is one big lesson from the year that is just coming to an end, it is that the regular people are so much better than the elites that the word elite has lost its meaning. And I think one of the ways that the regular people are better than the elites is they can deal with nuance. They can deal with the fact that we live in a world of shades of gray. We live in a political system that is very broken, that's very damaged. We live in a sexual system that's very broken and very damaged, and we have to stumble along in the shadows and make our way. And I don't blame anybody for the choice they make in voting for Roy Moore. I do not think I'm not shocked. I don't think it's disgusting and evil and all these things. I think it is a creepy system that puts two such creepy people in opposition to one another. And I think Trump's right. He needs the vote.